Hello everybody, so today as promised I'll be doing a tomato sauce recipe. Okay, so let's get started. I've got these cherry tomatoes from my friend. They're kind of almost going off, well just about to kind of split. Some of them are quite soft, so I need to use them up. Also, I'll use sweet pepper, and I've already pre-soaked some dates just for a bit of sweetness, since I don't want to add any sugar. So I'll put some dates. For the sauce, right, I'll start with the dates. I've soaked half a cup of the dates, but I'll probably just use half of it, so a quarter of a cup of the dates. So I'll put a few dates, and I'll put a bit of the soaking liquid as well. So maybe 3 tablespoons of soaking liquid. Then also I'll roughly chop this sweet pepper in. And I'm using my Thermomix, you know, as usual, helps me to kind of cook things, pre-chop stuff for me, so I find it quite useful in the kitchen. So I'll use all the seeds as well, so just roughly chop the sweet pepper here, and I'm going to be putting that in, and going to be putting in my tomatoes. I know most tomato sauces are made with peeled tomatoes. However, these are so small, cherry tomatoes, and I really don't want to be spending time and, you know, cooking them and then taking out all the little skins once they pop, and it's just takes so long. And especially with having a powerful blender, you could just blend the skins afterwards into, like, you know, a paste, which obviously tomato sauce is. And you know, you'll not be able to feel them much, so that's what I'll be doing. So if I put that, and I'll be putting a tablespoon of onion powder. However, my onion powder is quite lumpy, as you can see, so I'll be breaking a bit of it off, and it'll blend in anyway, so I'll just about a tablespoon worth, I would say. So some onion powder, right, and I'll also be using a teaspoon of salt as well. So get the salt. So a teaspoon of pink salt I'm using. Okay. So yeah, so what I'll do, I'll blend this all up and we'll cook it through afterwards. Right, so that's done blending. Yeah, so it's looking nice, smoothish consistency, as you can see. So put the light on. So there you go. So I'll be cooking that through now. I'll put for about 10 minutes or so. And I kind of feel like I would like some dessert, and I'm in a mood for cooking, so I think I'm going to make an apple and oatmeal, some kind of a dessert with some a few dates that I had soaked that left from the other recipe, and a bit of cinnamon. I'll put a bit of cinnamon in there. And that should be a nice kind of oatmeal treat for us tonight. So I'll start by just chopping the apples ready to put in once I clean this one out. And I've got my oats and cinnamon here. So I'll just chop the apple. I'll take the core out and chop into kind of smaller pieces. So I have pre-chopped the apples ready. So 3 apples in here. I'm using Braeburn. They're a bit kind of tangy, slightly tangy, juicy and tangy. And also I forgot to mention for that dessert I'll need some sultanas as well. So I'm going to use a couple of handfuls of sultanas. Yeah, it's thickening up now actually. Yeah, it's definitely thicker, and I finished as well. So yeah. Yeah, it is kind of thicker. It's still not massively thick, but I'm not gonna boil it anymore. It'll be good that way anyway. So I'll be pouring it into a clean jar, and so it's best to choose a jar where actually it goes up to the very top, like here. Okay, the remainder I can put into a smaller jar. So with the bigger jar, I'm just going to close it off. And it's quite important to put it upside down. Just make sure it's closed properly, and putting it upside down, it disinfects the lid, so it kind of stays fresher for longer. So up it goes. So that's it. That's our tomato sauce done. And in the meantime, I'll clean this jug ready to make our dessert, and I'll be back with you shortly. So we'll be preparing the oatmeal cinnamon apple dessert now. I'll put in the apples that we prepared. So the apples go in. Then also the dates that I've soaked with all the liquid as well, because we'll not be adding any or much liquid for the oats, so that will be good. And also hopefully the apples will let their own juices out as well. So that goes in. And I'll put a couple of handfuls of raisins in there. Well, it's actually sultanas, yeah, so the same thing. And I'll be putting half a teaspoon of cinnamon in. Maybe a little bit more. So it's nice and cinnamony. Yeah, and I will put that to cook now for, I would say, 5 to 10 minutes, depending when the apples soften up. Well, it's been 5 minutes, so I'm going to check on the apples and raisins and cinnamon. I think it's looking like they need a little bit more. Yeah, the apples still they're not soft enough yet, I don't think. So they're just looking a little bit softer, but not quite fully there yet. So I'm gonna put them on for another 5 minutes. So then they would have cooked for 10 minutes. And then we'll add the oats. Now this has stopped the dessert, so I'll put the oatmeal in. I'll put about a cup of oats. and I'll let that cook for a few more minutes. I'll put it on for 3 more minutes. In fact, it looks like it needs a little bit of water, so I'll add 1/4 cup of water too. Scrape the sides off. Yeah, it probably needs about 1/2 cup of water added, really, because it's I think a lot of water evaporated out, so I'll add another 1/4. So 1/2 cup of water I'm adding in total. So that should hopefully be enough to cook that through. So, oatmeal, raisin and apple taste test. So this is the dessert. Let's give it a try. It's quite hot.
I noticed. That's good.
So good. So we'll
Very
enjoy
good.
the rest of it. And that's it for tonight, guys. So if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe, like our video, share, and see you next time.